welcome back to the Hiram Football pregame show. Sports Information Director Jared Plate sitting alongside me, head coach Henry Stanford of the Hiram Football team. And coach, we got a chance to talk about the offense, so let's discuss the defense a little bit. And one of those de facto captains on the defensive side that everybody's going to know his number by the end of the season. We talk about sophomore Horace Johnson. What's Horace going to bring to the table for us?
Yeah, he's going to bring everything to the table. He's going to be a guy who's going to be a great leader on the field and off the field. I think Horace is maturing and growing to a great role as a team leader. He wasn't a young man that initially wasn't selected as a captain, but it's one of those things where he is, in essence, the leader, one of the leaders on our football team, and everyone gravitates towards him. He just has that electric type of persona to him that everyone wants to be around him and kind of learn from him. So I look for him to continue to be a dominant force, both on and off the field here at Hiram, and look for him to do great things on game day.
I'm going to go ahead and toss out a potential nickname for Horace, and I'm going to call him the Quiet Storm. So if you want to run with that, that's fine.
Yeah,
but what I mean by that, you don't see Horace as one of those guys that's going to want to be in front of the camera. He doesn't talk a whole lot,
right. But
you see him on the field, and he's just leading by example. Mm-hmm. One of the biggest things that I don't know if you saw this too, but in that scrimmage that we had on last Saturday, where he was about 20-25 yards out of the play and ran a guy down on a punt return.
Correct.
Just talk about the effort that he gives and how that leads by example.
And that's the biggest thing about Horace, is that he is definitely an energy man. I mean, he has a motor, and that's what makes Horace very talented. Is that he has athletic ability, natural athletic ability, but it's that motor that makes him different. And he doesn't take plays off. He's always going 100 miles per hour, which is things that makes him such a great player. And then that same enthusiasm, that same energy he brings to being a leader off the field. So.
Let's move on, talk about the rest of the defensive line. I know also another strong kid coming back on defensive end is Alex Meehan.
Yes.
So if you double team one guy, you're going to have to worry about the rest of the line. Talk about the rest of those guys.
Yeah, the great thing about Alex Meehan is that he's strong. I mean, he's the bigger of the two. Senior, upperclassman, dominant force on the end. He's consistent, and to a certain extent that he, doesn't take plays off either. And then we have Winston Webb from California, who's playing the D tackle, nose tackle position, who gives a lot of strength in the middle. Winston got some playing time as a freshman, which was great because he was next to Zay Maven, during the season last year and learned from Zay. And now he has the opportunity to do some great things as well here. Guys like Chris Chester, guys like Alex Eldridge is going to be guys in the middle. It's going to secure the guys up front. And then we have some freshmen. We have some freshmen coming in that are very talented. Young men coming in, guys from Florida and Texas and here in Ohio and Pennsylvania that are going to give us a lot of time in the middle and also at the defensive end position.
So at the linebacker spot, once again, you have to replace a four-year starter and a second-team All-American in Kyle Burchett.
Yeah.
But still some really talented linebackers back for you guys this year. Talk about kind of the field generals in the middle of that defense and talk about who's coming back and how they're going to lead the defense.
Yeah, R.J. Nelson is one of our returning guys that played a lot of bits, started a couple games last year, and going to come back and play the inside position. In essence, going to take over the Kyle Burchett role. Dallas Booth's going to get some playing time at the back position. And they're pretty much the two veteran guys coming back that's going to give us a lot of time inside. Again, as I mentioned numerous times, we have a very talented freshman group coming in that both encompasses size and speed. That's going to help us. So Rye Fields from California is going to be very, very talented middle linebacker that's going to share some time in the middle. Then on the outside position in our system, we have guys like Jabrian Webb, who played safety last year, is now back to playing linebacker again. And then you have guys like Beatty from Texas, who's going to be a great freshman coming in, is going to do some things for us. So linebacking core, there's going to be some young spots here and there, but the three veteran guys is going to give us some time is going to be Jabrian Webb, R.J. Nelson, and Dallas Booth.
So at the defensive back position, you do have a couple of returners there as well, including senior Eduardo Gonzalez. You've also got Glenn Rushing, sophomore, who played very well in his first year with Hiram. Talk about those two guys and your defensive backfield as a whole. Yeah,
I mean, one thing with our defense is that we do have quite a bit of guys coming back who played quite a bit last year. Glenn Rushing played corner, started off at safety, moved to corner, found his spot as corner. So he's going to be back at corner. We have guys like, as we mentioned, Dylan Walsh is going to play safety from Michigan. Eduardo Gonzalez is going to play some safety as well. So we have two pretty good safeties in Dylan and Eduardo. We have a good corner in Glenn Rushing. Looking for guys like Jamero Hooks to play the other corner, and again, a couple of freshmen coming in is going to play for us as well. But those are kind of the guys that are going to, be our back four, so to speak.
So last year, we were right around the middle of the pack as far as defense is concerned.
Right.
What do you need to see out of those defensive guys, especially replacing a few guys early on in the season, and then as we move forward? What do you need to see from them in order for you guys to continue to be successful?
I think for us to be successful, they have to command the line of scrimmage. I think our front four have to play with their feet, so to speak, on the other side of the line of scrimmage all year long. They have to, in certain cases, demand and command double teams to allow other guys to be able to free up to get a pass rush on the quarterback or get singled up in the run game to defeat blocks and that type of thing. I think the number one thing for any defense, not alone just us, but any defense in the conference or in the country, is pursuit. We got to get to the ball with reckless abandons. We got to get 11 blue helmets to the football every snap and pursue the ball, with the intention to cause a turnover. And the third thing would be cause turnovers. That's the third thing we got to do. We got to cause some turnovers, convert some of those turnovers into touchdowns on defense and score on defense. So for us to make the next step defensively to be elite or be pretty solid in the conference, as we got to stop the run. D-line's got to play on their side of the line of scrimmage. Number two, we got to be able to pursue the football, reckless abandons, and then three, create turnovers and convert those turnovers to touchdowns.